computer. Okay. Hi, guys. My name is Kelly Melton. I am a leadership coach. I am a intuitive essential oils coach. I have 25 years in health and wellness background. I was a psychiatric nurse for 12 years. I worked in like one of the roughest neighborhoods in Canada called the Downtown East Side. It's the poorest postal code in Canada, actually, and it's getting really worse. So I suspect those folks down there didn't have a vision, or if they did, they've lost their vision along the way. So, so here's the thing is that when I was 19, I knew that there was more to life than what I was living. So I love my mom, but she was a single mom and we lived like kind of in the skids of Coquitlam. We lived in Millardville. And I wasn't like, I had clothes on my back, I had food to eat, I had all the things, but I didn't want to live the life my mom had. Like my mom just lived paycheck to paycheck and was like, and when she did get money, she blew her money. And like, I just knew there had to be something else to this. And her aspirations for me was like, okay, legit, that she was now not because of my behavior, but because of her behavior. She was surprised I wasn't like pregnant and barefoot by the time I was 16, not because of my behavior. I just would like to just make sure that that is clear because I was not being like that. But she was like, she didn't think I'd go to post-secondary school. Like there just wasn't like a lot. My mom was like a truck driver. Actually, my mom was a female truck driver. That's what my mom did. So, so I headed up to this metaphysical store and I found a book and it was called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Have you guys heard of that book?
Yep.
Okay, so I get this book and I'm like reading it. I'm like, this is interesting. You could actually change your life. Weird. You can have something different than what you think you can have. Ooh, interesting. So, so here's the thing. That's when it started. I was 19. I was in debt. I just got a credit card. I maxed it out. Like as soon as I got it, I was so excited. I was like buying everything I could buy. And I got a car and then I was like, oh my God, I was making $800, $900 a month. And I had, and I was already like maxed out in debt. I had like $100 a paycheck to buy groceries with. So then my mom ended up kicking me out of the house. I moved out and then I ended up moving back home because I got into dental assisting school. So I became a dental assistant, which was the worst job I've ever had in my life. I think working at the grocery store was better than that. Some of the dentists I work with weren't very kind to me. And I made a lot of meanings about myself having that job that I was just like less than. Like really, I really did. I really made it that I was like the peon. Like I really didn't have a lot of, it wasn't good. So then I was like, well, this isn't cool. Like I hate this job. And I didn't know what else to do because I went to school for a whole 10 months for it. And I was like, well, what am I going to do here? So then I got a job at a nightclub and I worked at a nightclub and I made some money. And I was like, oh, look at this money. So I made some money at a nightclub. And then I got this job at this way better nightclub. And I was making a lot of money. I was making $6,000 or $7,000 a month in tips. And in addition to my day job. So now I'm making all this money and I'm like, ooh, okay. And I'm working here for like 7 and 8 years. I'm like, maybe I don't want to stay here for the rest of my life, but I still want to make some money. So I go and I end up going into psychiatric nursing school. So I go to school for that. I still work at the bar and then I get this job as a nurse. Like, okay, like, so I'm continually up leveling, like getting a better job, making more money, doing all these things. And then I have all these kids. So I can't renew my nursing license because I would have had to work 900 hours and I had 3 kids under the age of 4 in like 6 months because just the way it worked out. So I quit that. And then I was like, interesting. Okay, well, I guess I'll take care of these kids and do this. And thinking I'm done. Like I'm not going to really go back to work again because now I'm I gave up a nursing degree that I went to school for so long. And then I started doing some energy work. I was doing some Reiki and some other intuitive work. And someone came up to me and said, here you go. Would you like to try these oils? And I said, and do you know anyone who wants to do the business? And I said, no. And I'm not buying your stupid network marketing oils, is legitimately what I said. And then I felt bad. So I was like, okay, I'll buy some oils. So I bought some oils. And then I would like to say that in my job, in my business with doTERRA, I have created more than 6 figures. Now that's not average, but it can be if you have a vision. Okay. So, and you can, whatever your vision is, you can create it. So let me share my screen, you guys. I'm pretty excited about this, what I created. So if you have any weird stories about what you can make and not make on Canva, you can make this. I made it. Presenter view. Okay. Okay, cool. Present. Okay. Oh, Sarah. Okay, Nancy, do you know how to let people in?
I have no.
Okay. Does anyone else comfortable on Zoom if you see anyone come in while I'm doing this? Sarah, can I make you co-host?
I would love to be a co-host.
Okay. Okay, so if you're a co-host, then this means you have to let people in.
Okay.
You'll see them.
So they'll come in and then I'll just let them in.
You'll see them in the top. It'll say so and so is waiting.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So we can have vision boards and we can have visions. So if we have a vision board, we can look at our vision board. I have them everywhere. They're all over the place. But what is your soul yearning for? Like, what is going to light your soul on fire? Like, really, like what? I really want you to ask yourself that question right now and type it in the chat. Like, if you could think of one thing that would light you up. Now, it could be money. It could be the perfect relationship. It could be freedom. It could be a car. It could be happiness. It could be all kinds of things. So just type it in the chat. Like, look at her. She's traveling at some waterfall. How fun is that? Okay. I'll let you think about that. So vision, is vision just a vision board? No. Consider, is life happening to you? Or is life happening for you? What if you created your life by connecting to your vision? Like my mother lived her life by default. She legitimately, whatever shit happened to her the next day is what she, like she reacted. She lived her life in reactionary. And now she's 74 years old. She's happy, but I don't know that she even knew there was another option out there for her. I don't even, she just lived as life happened to her. So I just want to pull up the chat. Okay. Traveling with family. Yes. Time with your daughter. Okay. Happiness, health, and wealth. Yes. If you can't think of something, maybe I will help you. So what is your vision? Are you intimate with what you want? Okay. You guys already told me you're not overly connected with exactly what it is that you want. So think about it. Some people just have the big vision. Like I took this leadership course and I got halfway through it and someone asked me what my vision was. And I was like, what? I think I missed that part. I'm like, I don't even know what you mean, my vision. Like, what do you mean, my vision? Like, life happens to me. Like, stuff happens and I react. Vision for your life. your overall general vision. Like my vision for my life is that I get to travel, I get to be abundant, I get to like don't even have to worry about money. Like I just get to do what I want. Money flows, money comes, everything is easy and things are fun. So I stand for freedom, joy, and forgiveness. That is what I stand for. And I'm checking the chat. Oh, community and laughter. See how much fun is that? Genuine connections with people you love. Yes, Sarah, that's perfect. Okay, vision for relationship. Specific details around the vision for your romantic relationships. Like, are you done with relationships? Are you done? Like some people are done. They're like, no, thanks. I don't want anything to do with that. Well, most of the time that's fear. That's fear. That's, fear of rejection, fear of being hurt, fear of complications. Vision for your business. What can you create with no boundaries? If you had no boundaries, like Nancy's got boundaries, the Massage Therapy Association of British Columbia is like, you can't even bring out an essential oil. So there's a boundary there. But what if there was something else that could be created? Like, what if you could create anything you wanted? Let me look. Oh, a loving relationship. Good. See, even just saying it out loud, Nancy, like legit, like you're putting it out there into the universe. So if we just keep all trapped inside of us, like hold it all in, it's not good. Help people who are less fortunate. Perfect. Me too. I have a vision to have like a whole entire anti-bullying foundation. And because often marginalized people are bullied because they just can't afford things. So so who do we get to support? Who do we get to help? It's great. Okay. Oh, no. So what is possible? Dream big, believe that you can create the life you want, life by design. You are not your parents. So like, I have some people I know and they don't even, it's not even on their bucket list to leave Canada. Like I had this vision that I was like in a boat, in like Europe, there's those like sides of the, like, it looks like it's a side of a mountain and all the houses are super colorful. Do you see this? They're in movies sometimes and people are in boats. It's like the Mediterranean Sea. And I was like, oh, I want that. I want to go there. Well, guess what? So I'm going to Bulgaria for the Rose Festival in May. And it's paid for. All my airfare and my accommodations for 6 days are paid for me and someone else. And I'm taking my daughter. And we are going to Bulgaria for the Rose Festival. And I was like, okay, well, we're going to stay for a little bit because, who goes to Europe for 5 days? Like, that's like really no. So then the only direct flight out of Bulgaria that was short and that was at a decent time was to Rome. So I'm going to the Amalfi Coast for 3 days, which is that exact thing. And I didn't even know that that's what it was. So that was always in my vision. So I'm only going there for 3 days, but I get to go there and be there, which is super cool. And then I'm taking my daughter to Harry Styles in Ireland. What? How cool is that? At Slane Castle. If you guys have seen any U2 videos, which I didn't even think about it when I played that U2 song at the beginning, but there's YouTube videos where they're playing in a castle and that's the castle. So it's just outside of Dublin. So I think that's super cool. So what do you want? Like, what is it you want? I want you guys to really connect with what you want and dream big about it. Okay. So what will you create? So I always told myself a story that I'm not creative. I'm not at all creative. Hey, I created this whole entire PowerPoint. I'm creative. Like, yes, I had a template, but I changed the colors. I chose the pictures. I did all the things. So what will you create? Freedom, joy, abundance, all three things. Where are you limiting your possibilities? Where are you choosing smallness? Where are you creating limitations in your life? Drop in the chat where you might be playing small or limiting. Like what if, like, you know, what if you chose out of that? Like, where are you, like, creating your own limitations? Like, what stories are you telling yourself? I'd love to see what you guys are popping in the chat about that. Because that's a real thing. We get to delete those.
Mhm.
Hold on. Too old. Oh, that's a good one. Yes. Yes. Every time, everything you tell yourself, you are creating those neural pathways. Like everything you tell yourself, you can create as reality. Like if you're someone who's scared you're going to get like robbed or scared you're going to get mugged in the street, likely chance you will be, because you're putting that stuff out there. Like, so whatever you're putting out into the world, you might be bringing it back in. So this is where, if we live brave, I'm jumping out of a plane in May. I'm jumping out of a plane. I'm scared shitless to do that, but I'm doing it. If you want to come watch, you can. Can't believe I'm doing this. Go big with your intuitive healing. Yes. Yes, Kelly. Totally. You know what I do? I do an intuitive essential oils class, actually. I tap into my Reiki and my mediumship, and I've created a whole class around that, and we could dive into that a little bit further. You okay? Well, you better. Okay, you can jump with me. We are going on May 7th. Can't believe I'm doing this. What is it? And I'm insane. My son's coming. He's 14. I can't believe he's doing this. Isn't that crazy? Okay. So what's holding you back? Likely your inner child. Something happened to you from 0 to 8 that probably made it so you can't do anything. Fear, fight, flight, or freeze, anxiety, self-sabotage, unworthiness, playing small, life by default, self-righteousness, committed to being right. Who has that? Who has something like you, like, for sure think you're right about, and like there's no way around it? Anyone?
What was your question?
Something that you're hanging on to, that you're committed to being right about.
Oh.
That may not be true, and it's totally something that's holding you back.
I have something.
Okay, please share.
I actually believe that I'm a good mom and I should have my daughter living with me.
Right. So there you go. That's something to be committed to being right is good.
Oh.
So there's some things that we're committed to being right, like that committed to being right, that I was like, let's see, what was something I was committed to being right about? Well, I was committed to being right that I can't enroll people like I used to. I was actually pretty committed to it. Like I thought it was over. And guess what? I think everyone, is that guy still on this call? Is he still here?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so we're all doTERRA, so that's totally cool. So here's the story, you guys. I used to enroll 10 to 15 people a month. 10 to 15 people a month. I told myself that was not possible anymore, and I was pretty committed to it being right. Well, guess what? Guess how many people I've enrolled this month? I can't even believe it. Since they changed the new rules, I only taught one oils class in person. I've enrolled 9 people. And I was committed to being right, that I could just enroll 1 or 2 people a month. So, and I went to one class, and if BOGOs happened, I enrolled 1 person with BOGOs. So it wasn't even BOGOs, just so you know. Interesting. So I now have completely I'm not, I'm not right about that. No, I'm not right about that at all. Okay. Ooh, people don't want to listen to you. When you talk, nobody cares. And you're committed to being right about that. You are committed to being right about that. Nancy, yes?
Apparently, yeah.
Okay. Okay, then we're gonna get you fixed. I'm not gonna fix you. I'm gonna help you expand that. Okay. What else could you choose? Because we all have a choice, you guys. We all have a choice. We have a choice to, so you can commit to it. You could commit to being right about all your points of view, all the things that have gone wrong and live in the past. Or you could commit to creating your vision. Like, no shit, commit to creating your vision. Who is willing to commit to creating their vision? Put your hand up. Yes, Sarah. Yes, Nancy. Yes, Sarah, other Sarah. Yes, Kelly. Yes, Karen. Yes. Okay, so dream big. If you could have the life of your dreams, what would you choose? What would you choose? Look at that. Okay. I put money up on here because I really wanted to trigger you, actually, because lots of people see money, abundance, and success like Trump. Sorry if you like Trump, but like if you don't like Trump, this is like a thing, or like just big, rich, wealthy businessmen. So sometimes people are like, money. Like, what if you had an endless supply of money? Like, and there was no cap to your money? Like, how does that feel? Like, does this trigger anybody? Does that make you go, oh, look at all this money. I don't deserve money. I don't actually shouldn't have money. Any of that triggering anyone? Or are you guys good? You're like, bring it on, bring all the money, all the money, all the money. Okay.
For the money. I want to roll around in it. Yeah.
You what?
I roll around in money. Yeah.
You want to roll around in money? Okay, perfect.
Rolling around in money is super fun. You just spread it around, even if it's only $5 bills. You just like spread it around and you put it in your hand, you go like this, and you just like do this a bunch and like throw it up in the air. It makes you feel abundant, even if it's just $5 bills.
Oh my God. Do it. I think we should all do that. Go get like $100 worth of fives or something, or maybe $200 or $300 worth of fives, and roll around in it. Or $1 bills for you guys in the States, or a euro. I think a euro is probably a coin though. Like, I don't think a euro is a paper money. So like 20s. You wouldn't know what to do. Okay, Sarah, you wouldn't know what to do. Now here's where you get to think big. Like, where do you get to go if you had all the money? Like, money was not a problem. And like everything, because you know, when people are like, oh, I don't have any money. I don't have any money. I don't have any money. Okay. So let's just shake off any scarcity, any vibration of like, I can't possibly have this. Oh, by the way, I'm diffusing Elevation and Litzia, and it's really good. And I'm talking to doTERRA about making Elevation a product of the month. Like, so it's like a 5 ml. We get a 5 ml because I love Elevation and they stopped making it. Okay.
Can I just say something? If you are going to roll around in money, I strongly suggest using On Guard first, and because money is super dirty. That's all I had to say.
Right. Okay, hold on. I have notes on this one. I actually created a whole meditation. So everybody get comfortable. Okay. But I need to have that up so I can see it. Okay. Everyone get comfy.
I just missed a bit because I heard someone tells something about the On Guard and money, but I didn't. I missed
because
it.
we were because Sarah, share what you were saying.
So we were talking about being abundant, and one cool way to feel more abundant is even just to get a couple $100 even worth of like American $1 bills or a bunch of Canadian $5 bills and just like spread it around and like throw it up in the air and like roll around in it. But I was just mentioning if you are going to be rolling around in it and like touching it and becoming really
Oh,
involved with money is to use a bit of On Guard just to protect yourself
just
from
to
the germs.
protect yourself. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Where are my notes? Okay. Okay, you guys, hold on. Okay. Oh, no.
Kelly, you got this. Even with your slideshow, you know what you're doing.
I know, no, but I wrote it. I never wrote a meditation before, and I'm pretty excited about what I wrote.
Okay.
Notes here. Okay. Okay. Because what happens when I do a meditation, I get lost. Okay. So just close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay. So take a deep breath. Focus only on your breath. Breathe in through your nose. Now, if you have an oil you want to grab, if you have some wild orange, actually, grab some wild orange and put it in your hands because wild orange is the oil of abundance. But if you don't have that, grab something else you like. I have yellow mandarin here. I've been kind of obsessed with it. For some reason, I have 8,000 bottles of it. Okay. So does everyone have an oil? Got it.
I'm in my truck and all I have is Holiday Peace.
Hey, Holiday Peace is a beautiful oil, you guys.
Okay.
That's totally perfectly fine. Okay.
Actually, I found a firm.
Oh, perfect. That's a great one.
Ooh,
Okay.
I love a firm.
Yes. Okay, so breathe through your nose for 4. Pause at the top, and then breathe out for 6. We're going to do this 4 times. So breathe in for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top, and then breathe out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And repeat. Breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top and then breathe out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you find yourself in a beautiful meadow full of fragrant flowers. You marvel at the beauty of it all, and it fills all of your senses. You take in a deep breath and you smell magnolia and roses and jasmine. You tap into that little you, that little girl who used to go outside and play until the street lights came on. Everything is new to you. All of a sudden, you notice colors and fragrances you've never noticed before. And you are so overwhelmed with beauty, you start to skip in the beautiful meadow. You skip along until you come across a steep flight of stairs. These stairs lead you down to a lake with a backdrop of mountains. You can see that there are 10 steps down. Step 1, take the first step. You leave behind fear. Leave that fear behind. Fear of success, fear of failure, fear of having it all, fear of judgment, fear of ridicule, fear of anything. Step 2, you leave behind playing small. Imposter syndrome. That you aren't good enough. You leave that behind because that's just you trapping your own self in those limiting beliefs. Step 3, you leave unworthiness behind. Every part of you that doesn't believe you're worthy of being successful, having it all, having the life of your dreams, being in that amazing relationship that you think's for everybody else, even having like the best dog in the land. You're worthy of all of those things. Leave any unworthiness behind. Okay, you've hit step 4. And step 4, we're going to leave anxiety behind. Those heart palpitations, those worrisome thoughts, overthinking. Got to make sure you look good. Leave all the anxiety behind. Leave those anxious feelings behind. Oh, you hit to step 5. You leave behind other people's opinions. You leave behind your opinion of network marketing if you have any judgment around it. You leave behind your opinion of what you think your mom's going to think, or what your brother's going to think, or what your friends are going to think. You leave all of other people's opinions behind because the only person who matters is you. What you think about you is what matters. Step 6, the belief that you're not good enough. You're not enough. Leave that behind because you are more than good enough. Step 7. Ooh, here's a good one. Leave behind comparison. Leave behind comparison. Because the only person you can compare yourself to is you. And everyone else doesn't matter. Step 8. Leave behind your excuses. You are walking away from your excuses and any regret. And the past. Anything up until now that you've done that didn't work, that didn't roll, you're leaving all of that behind. Today is the first day of the new start. Step 9, self-righteousness and judgment. Self-judgment, other judgments of other people, and the need to be right. So then we get to the last step. So we're going to leave behind scarcity. Leave behind scarcity. Scarcity is being left behind and not having enough, because you have more than enough to share of yourself. The world is waiting for you. Now you reach the bottom of the stairs and you see that there's a beautiful fluffy blanket on the beach and a refreshing glass of water and a big pillow. You lay your head on the pillow and you look up into the sky and you see a blue sky with a few billowy clouds there. You've now left behind many of the things that hold you back. And you are staring at a blank canvas of endless possibilities. Anything is possible. Freedom, peace, abundance, love, family, money, confidence, generosity, health, travel, multiple homes. Multiple homes, spirituality. What does your spirituality look like to you? Ideal body for you. Comfort. Worthiness. Leadership. Anything your heart could dream of. This is not the time to think small. Anything is possible. Disney 10 times a year. This is what you choose. Create a picture in your mind of what you get to have in your life. And the only thing holding you back is you. Not circumstances, not finances, you. You then notice you are blocking yourself, and you remind yourself that you get to step aside and let the magic of you create the life of your dreams. Spend a few minutes here just imagining that anything is possible. When you are ready, well, actually, spend a few minutes here. We are going to just sit here and be quiet for a minute. I want you to spend a couple of minutes feeling what it feels like to sleep in that most comfortable bed and have no worries about money. Everything comes to you with ease, joy, and glory. Everything comes easily. Anything your heart desires comes easily to you. The right business partners show up. The creative plans on how to create whatever it is you want to create just easily show up for you. Everything just becomes so easy because you got out of your own way. So take a deep breath. Put your feet on the floor. Slowly come back into your body and open your eyes. What did you guys see? You can come off mute or type in the chat. What did you see that you didn't see before?
I'll share.
Okay.
So, I just see myself with my kids, and we're in the backyard, and there's this like beautiful patio, and there's a fire pit in the middle, and then there's like this nice big barbecue and a nice big like marble um countertop, and there's like food everywhere, and there's music playing in the background, and it's fun, and people are smiling, and there's people around, and then there's like a pool, and then I overlook like this beautiful landscape, and then there's kind of people in the background, but there's not. It's mostly just me and my kids and my friends and my family, and and you were actually there, Kelly, because you're awesome. And we are just we're like kind of like just grooving to the music and like happy and joyful, and we're just together enjoying fun times. That's it.
Nice. How does it get any better than this?
Yeah.
Like this is a thing. It's like what is going to make you happy? We can have a grand vision, we can have a small vision, but like at the end of the day, like how does it feel? And you know what? You're all worthy of having whatever you want. And some of you are like, what? No, I can only have this small thing. what is that kid? At Christmas Carol, like they're just so happy to just have their skinny goose when, like, and then Ebenezer's like, here, have all the things once he got over all his crap. See? How nice is that?
Well, you know what's funny is, and I don't watch TV very often, but I just remember some commercials of seeing people winning the like lottery, like the 649 and stuff, and it's like people aren't wishing for like money like pouring all over them. It's like the vision for people is like there's a group of 6 dudes and they're in waders and they're in the river and they're fly fishing. It's like there's very simple things. Like sometimes we just have simple wishes, like to be with people we love. Maybe we're camping, maybe we're sitting by a campfire, or maybe we're just doing very simple things. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be very, very like natural and not, bright lights and money everywhere. It's more just, yeah, sometimes the things that we love are just like very natural and simple. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, totally. See, Kelly's going to share the love of travel with her family, leading business partners. You really can do it. Yes, you can. Yes, you actually can. So where do we go from here? So now we've got a little glimmer of our possible vision. This is not it. There's so much vision. Like there is vision for every parts of your life. So I recommend on connecting with your vision on a daily basis via journaling and visualization. So that's what we do. So how we can do this is there's 3 ways. I'm offering a few things. Normally I don't offer anything, but I'm offering this. So I have a Facebook group. So there's a private free Facebook group where we are going to connect and support visioning. So we're going to I'm going to do more of these vision workshops and we can I don't want to create a vision board until people really have connection to their vision. So I'm going to do also group coaching. So I'm going to do some group coaching, 6 weekly calls and 6 weeks of deep diving into your vision and accountability. Or if you want, you can do one-to-one coaching with me, 6 weeks of 75 minutes of individual coaching calls, creating your in-depth vision and action steps to create. So if you choose any of these things, I made QR codes. Look how cool that is. And I put them on here. So if you're on my team, you get one-to-one coaching and group coaching. So you don't need that. But if you aren't in the Facebook group yet, which I just changed my chakra Facebook group to like soul visioning. So you can join the Facebook group here, and Nancy, I'll bring you in. And Sarah, I think you're already in there. So you guys can join the Facebook group. I'm going to like dive deeper into vision boarding. So group coaching, it's going to be $222 US for 6 weekly calls and 6 weeks of deep diving into your vision and accountability. And then one-to-one coaching is $777 US. And that's 6 weeks of 75 minutes of individual coaching calls. So I'd realized that I have, I've paid some weird people to coach me. I'm not going to lie. So, and I realized that I'm actually worthy of charging for doing stuff sometimes. So it's a possibility if you want to choose that. And you can also contact me on the side and talk to me a little bit more if you'd like to around that. And I'm on Instagram, Kelly_Mallinson. There's my phone number. I'm in Canada. I'm in like Vancouver, BC. That's my email and that's my website. But that's all me. And you guys should join the Facebook group because I'm going to make fun things in there. So yeah. So does that support you guys in any way? Like just like touching in. Why doesn't my screen look like this? That's weird. Hold on. I think I need to turn the light on. It's getting dark in here. We're so bright. Oh, there. Okay. I have a vision for a clean office.
About your coaching, Kelly.
Yeah.
I also made some rather embarrassing mistakes hiring coaches.
Mhm.
And after working with those coaches, I realized that I got more from you in a 5 to 10 minute session than I did with all of the coaches that I worked with all together for all the money.
Oh, see, that's the thing, you guys. I'm going to tell you guys right now. Everyone is on the internet offering coaching. Like I'm not kidding. Like they really are. And what they're offering, you don't know what they're offering. So like I've paid Haley Hobson $10,000 for coaching. Okay. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay. So I paid her that. I did an inner circle with Deb Erickson. I've been in a leadership container for a year. And I've paid some people stupid money to coach me when I knew more than them. I was actually embarrassed that I paid them any money. So my coaching I'm offering is pretty affordable. And if you choose the one-to-one coaching, you can also make payments. So, I mean, yeah. So anyways, we will dive deep. They're 75 minutes long. I have other tools I can provide you. I strongly suggest everyone gets a book right now called The Joy of Business. I do this thing called access bars, and it's like access consciousness. Have you guys heard of it? Okay, it's super cool. I actually had to learn about it from a woman I met on Instagram from India. Like I hang out in quite a spiritual community with a bunch of hippies, and not one person told me about it. And I was really surprised that I heard about it from this person, and I'm addicted to it. It's like the mantra of it is all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And it's super cool. So like if you have a local person to you, yeah, The Joy of Business, it's by Simone Molasses, and you can get it on Amazon. It just changes how you think, and like dive into the access consciousness stuff a little bit. It's super helpful. And it actually like the creating what is possible. Nancy, you should get that book for sure. And then there's another one if you've got issues around money. So it's Gary Douglas and Dane here, and they have a money. The problem isn't money, it's you. So yeah, so these are just different tools that you can put into your tool belt. And yeah, does anyone have any questions? Was this helpful? I'd love some feedback.
It was helpful.
Nancy, you thought it was helpful? Did you step of your energy of what holds you back a little bit?
Yeah, I've done a lot of counseling, not counseling, but workshops. I've paid a lot of money into like weekend things. And I always I know what my issue is, but I always think I've healed it. But what you say, I was like, no, it's still there. It's still holding me back. So I brought it back out again.
Okay, then go with it. Like, so if you got rid of it for a minute, go get The Joy of Business. And then like, cause there's questions. So what I do is when I read this book, The Joy of Business, there is some, what do you call it? Hi, Anna. I know you came on late, but I can also shoot you the recording if you would like that. Yeah. Okay, good. That's great. That's super good.
I offer
yes.
This book, you can buy it somewhere.
Yeah, just you can order it on Amazon. The Joy of Business.
So one thing that I notice about your specific coaching, Kelly, is you have a way of really holding sometimes people's, like for me personally, like I struggle with a lot of different things, but you have a way of kind of holding that deepest thing that I know it can be limiting to me. Like you hold it sacred, but you always, you kind of are like, usually like you're good at kind of bringing me back to, oh, you better look at this again, but in a loving, kind way. Oh, you better deal with this right now. And it's not like you're like, do it now, you better do it. It's like, how about we just look at this again until we work through it, and I think that's a lot of the thing that, people and coaches, they kind of glaze over these fundamental deep-seated beliefs that we have about ourselves, and you kind of just keep bringing it back to be like, no, let's work on this and then we'll move forward after it, and instead of just kind of blazing over top of it and trying to pretend like those things don't matter, because those things do matter, and that blocks us from actually moving forward.
No, you're right. And the other thing is that what people have a lot is they have an agenda. So when people have an agenda, like they already have the outcome they already think is supposed to happen in their mind, when maybe there's other possibilities, like if you, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And if you say that 10 times in the morning and 10 times at night, that's the mantra of Access, it helps things get easier. Just saying. It's pretty cool.
And words really matter. I don't think people really get that, because they think, oh, it's just words. But honestly, if I were, because I mean, I've heard you say it so many times, but I've never personally said it. I'm actually tempted right now to grab like a Sharpie or like a highlighter and just write it on my mirror, because I found like the biggest transformations that helped me in my life is when I even did those workshops with you and like Deb Erickson, where it was like, let's get clarity on this one thing. Let's get real fine-tuned about what it is I'm looking for and the positive versus the negative, and just posting it. Put it on your phone, put it on your mirror, put it somewhere where you're going to read it and repeat it and get those words and those beliefs, because a belief is only a thought. We think a lot. So if I create that affirmation and I repeat it to myself, it's only a matter of time before it becomes an actual belief that I'm going to sit with, and it's going to set in there eventually. So that's what I'm taking from this.
Yeah, totally. Perfect. Great. Okay. So anyone have any more questions or anything? You can create whatever you want. You just have to be open to it. Open to possibilities.
I would like to say something, Kelly. I love the meditation. I'm not sure whether you can hear me right, but
I can.
I love the meditation, and I will definitely listen to it later this day, because then I'm a bit more wake up, I guess. But I loved it.
Good.
It felt like I was a child just playing around, and that's what I
good.
like the most. So that's
okay.
the
I'm going
first
to
time
record it like a real meditation with music. I'm going to do that. I just don't know how to do that yet, but I get to create it.
Yeah, you will. But that's the first time I saw myself playing as a child
Oh,
in more than 50 years. So thank you.
nice.
It's
I
great.
love that it had some impact. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it got me emotional. So thanks.
Oh, good. Well, you know what I'll do is I will actually just post the recording of this in the Crossline training group.
Mhm.
Do you know, it's so funny when you don't charge for something. There were 75 people that registered for this from that group. 75 people. Today I
Just a
approved
few.
130 people into the group. I don't know what happened. It was like, wow. So, and the funny part is, like, just to be like super transparent, I have, like, what I said earlier about how I've paid all these people to coach me, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I could actually, I don't need to charge a lot of money for things, but I also am worthy of saying, hey, I could offer this to like people, and I've been doing this for like so long. So like I did. And I was like, it was like, believe me, it's one of those things where I did it and went, I'm just jumping in, doing it. I'm just going to do it. Cause like I don't know if you guys came during COVID. I did like enroll everyone, I did a bunch of things in this group. Like I've done a ton of different like workshops, but I give. I'm always giving. So like I'm still in generosity. So if you guys want to join the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. We're going to dive into vision more. But what I do want to invite you to do is don't just get intimate with your big vision, get intimate with every vision, like for your body, for your health, for your relationships with your kids, with your relationships with your parents, with your relationship with your husband, with your relationship with your ex-husband, with your relationship with your money, with your relationship with your dog, with your relationship with your fear. Like just get really intimate in all the areas and journal on it. Get a journal and start like really like diving deep into your vision, because so many people spend their life just living by reaction. Like, oh, I got into a car accident. Whoa, I just got into another car accident. I just created another car accident. Like, like the same crap happening over and over and over, like Groundhog Day. And it doesn't, what's that life? Like, that's boring. Like, I get to actually go to the Amalfi Coast, and it was in my vision. I didn't even know that's where I was going. Like, which that's super cool. So I can't wait to see it, because that's going to be super cool. So, did you guys catch the link to the Facebook group, or?
No, I didn't.
Okay, here, I'll pop it. I'll just tell you what it is. It is, this is, I mean, I know we need another Facebook group, but how do you decide what to start with? Start with the one that's the easiest, and then move through, like the one, like, so say you weigh 350 pounds and you're deciding, I don't want to weigh that anymore. I see myself in a different body, like whatever the body looks like, and how does your body feel? Like, so when you're journaling, it's not just, I have a car and $100,000 in the bank and I go on trips. It's like, how does it feel? What does it smell like? What are you eating? All those things. And like really connect to it. Facebook group name, Soul Vision, Energy and Consciousness.
Kelly, are you going to type that into the Facebook chat?
I just did.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah. You're in it. I'm pretty sure you're in it.
That's good, because I want to be in it.
Let's see, Sarah. Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, you're in there. Okay, you guys. Yeah, join the group. I'll talk more about visioning. I'm going to create, I can't believe I'm doing this too. I'm creating a soul journal, like soul vision journal, and soul vision cards, like a companion deck. So like you can pull a card and then you journal on that vision for that day, like, which is kind of fun. Like, because my morning routine is I wake up, I listen to a meditation, and then I go do red light. And then I go downstairs and I journal and I pull some cards, like oracle cards or whatever cards I feel like, gratitude cards or whatever. And then I sit with them in the morning. That's how I connect myself. Oh, cool. Oh, you're in Austria, Anna. Cool. That is auspicious. Yes, it is. Oh, and a bunch of geese just flew by. How fun is that? Oh, in Australia. Oh, cool. Oh, hey, Karen, aren't you having European BOGOs right now? The valerian root, the valerian oil. They had valerian oil and I could have bought it, but it sold out.
Yeah, it's only sold out when you wanted to buy it separately.
Yeah.
But in the BOGO box, the bundle, it was still available.
Yes.
So it's I'm receiving it today. If it's all coming right, I'm receiving it today. So wow.
Cool. I know, valerian. I know. We need to get that. Like, what the heck? So anyways, it's only in Europe.
Yeah. Sorry,
and if you
sorry guys.
Oh, really nice. Anyways,
but it smells like stinky socks, Emily said. So
yeah,
I'm not sure, but I will let you know.
Well, spikenard is similar. Like, so spikenard comes from valerian, but I love spikenard. I did a spikenard challenge. So you know, either way, I love cross-line stuff. So like I do things, if you ever want some ideas or some creative thoughts, I'd love to, we can collaborate with stuff too. So you guys, that was awesome. I love you all. Thank you for coming, and I'll post the recording in the group.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Kelly.
You're welcome.